Yes, fight fans, body and mind, sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. I think a good place for us to start is, of course, Christian Mbile, my guys, my people, versus Maciej Sulecki, a 168-pound bout that took place last night. Mbile, the 30-year-old, real good talent in Christian Mbile, very much in his prime. Stopped Sulecki in just one round, uplifting his record to 29 wins, no losses, no draws, 24 coming via KO, so still undefeated there. Mbile, as for Sulecki, I would say reaching the end of his prime now at age 33. Well, he took the hit. His record now 33 wins, 4 losses, 0 draws, 13 coming via KO, my guys, my people. Mbile getting that win to become the WBC interim champion. I did think though that going into this fight he was already the WBC interim. So guess I was wrong, my guys, my people. I was wrong on that one. But you know what that means? Mbile in position for the winner of Crawford and Canelo, who are fighting in September. Now, I don't think Mbile is going to get a shot at any of those fighters. It looks like Crawford may retire after Canelo, as he has vetoed to Turkey himself. But if he does not retire, he does have other options, maybe come down to 154, where he is still the WBA champion and the WBO interim. So if he beats Canelo, it could go down and accomplish the same feat, undisputed. You know, it could do that as well. But if Crawford retires, I mean, he's done so much, you know, and to beat Canelo, retiring and then go on to retire on the Mount Rushmore of boxing amongst legends, that would be super a great position for him to retire in, my guys. He's given a lot to the sport, and I have totally 100% enjoyed and appreciated his talent. You know, should Canelo win, I don't think Christian Mbile is gonna get Canelo. Canelo, who has a full fight deal with Turkey, a full fight deal which does not involve Christian Mbile. Let's just say that, my guys, my people. So maybe after Canelo and Crawford, the belts become fragmented and Mbile may become elevated WBC champion, right? But this fight in itself ending in one round, that I was not expecting. Despite people saying, oh, Sulecki is a shock fighter, he's washed. Look, Sulecki is at least a mid-tier fighter at 168 pounds. He is not as bad as what people think. You know, when he was at middleweight, he went the distance with Demetrius Andrade and Danny Jacobs, albeit that was some time ago. I believe between 2018 and 2020 that he fought those two fighters, and at a lower division as well. Now at 168, Sulecki is fighting bigger ups, right? He's fighting bigger ups, but he did at least go 6 rounds with Diego Pacheco. And after Pacheco, he did beat Amadov, who's a decent fighter in the division, mid-tier operator, my guys. You know, so Sulecki very much still a decent fighter. And for Mbile to stop him in just one, I mean, that's a standout statement to me, if you ask me. You know, and he's super dangerous, notoriously dangerous, my guys, for any top-tier opponent. And for that reason, I doubt that Turkey will be able to find a top-tier opponent for Mbile in the undercard of Canelo versus Crawford come September. He's targeting Mbile for that undercard. One name, obvious name that I think will be a good matchup for Mbile in that undercard is Diego Pacheco, who is ranked #1 under the WBO. But being so close to possibly a title shot, Pacheco, I heavily doubt he's going to risk it against Mbile, as dangerous as he is. high risk, low reward. Mbile is, right? I doubt if Eddie Hearn will put his fighter Pacheco through that, my guys, my people, unless Turkey can persuade them with a lot of cash on the table. Even then, I think they'll be looking to become champion, and Mbile will be definite spanners in the works in that situation, my guys, my people. Even with Turkey, who's targeting Mbile for November in his stat card, he's hoping will be headlined by Martin Bakoli and Moses Itawa. He wants Mbile in that card, that November card, to go up against Lester Martinez, who is number 3 under the WBA. Now, that is a great matchup. I love that matchup, my guys, my people. But look, even then, would they risk it, being so close to title contention, my guys, my people? Like I said, Mbile is super dangerous, and if any of these two fighters take on Mbile in any of those 2 dates that I've mentioned, boy, oh boy, salute to them, because Mbile is an issue, my guys, my people. With that said, let's move on to the next one, my guys. Mbile, by the way, that uppercut that he landed on Suleki, too much power he has. Not only that, but he's very sturdy, he's quick, both hand and feet is quick, very sharp, great combination puncher, very in his combinations very well, going both body and head, good counter puncher as well, and good defense. He's got that bobbing and weaving style, likes to go forward, so he's a very fun and pleasing fighter, he is. So a great style he does have, you know. But with that said, let's move on. I want to talk about Deontay Wilder versus Terrell Hendon that took place last night in Wichita, Kansas. Now, at least Wilder got the win, right? So great. I love that he got the win. Wilder now 39 years old, so way past his prime, uplifting his record to 44 wins. Yeah, 44 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, and now 43 coming via KO. Terrell Hendon obviously takes the hit. His record, what's his record? Is it 24 wins? Yeah, 24 wins. Now 6 losses, 0 draws, and I think 15 or 13 coming via KO. Not too sure on that one. But anyway, it does not matter, because we are here to talk about Deontay Wilder, my guys. Not pleased with the performance at all. Now, I expected Deontay to stop to stop Hendon within 4 rounds. Hendon, who you pretty much feed to prospects very early on in their career. I have been banging on about him getting stopped by FA Jaguar on a Jaguar's debut, and that was in just 1 round, my guys. Got stopped by Richard Torres in 2 rounds. So those are 2 prospects there that have just done easy work of Hendon. I expected Deontay Wilder to maybe do the same. However, I gave him a leeway and said, okay, if he does it in 4 rounds, there's some promise for him. But in 7 rounds, and even then, it's not like his power did it. The referee had to step in to stop the fight, because Hendon was just not in the fight. Not throwing back. That I noticed. So an easy opponent right there in front of Deontay Wilder to practice, get some rounds, and polish up whatever he had to polish up. The jab was working, but not throwing it with great technique or any great conviction. The right hand was working, again, not with any great technique or conviction. At times, it would look very wild in there and result into throwing hammer fists. This is not MMA, Deontay Wilder. The aggression was there from Deontay Wilder, again, not applying it with great technique. You know, so I think moving forward, man, the right hand seems like it's gone for me. The right hand, it seems like it's gone. I don't know. Deontay Wilder, who DO'd, that he's been suffering from shoulder injury, so his right hand is not really working the same anymore, and he's not throwing it with great technique, by the way. He's got personal issues going on with his life. He's no longer with Malik Scott. Malik Scott couldn't do a damn thing for him, because Deontay Wilder is just somebody he's hard to learn. He's hard to learn, you know. He's now with Don House. Maybe Don House can do a lot better, but I doubt it, my guys, my people. So especially with all these other issues that Deontay Wilder is dealing with, he's not in the right mental space. That coupled up with the fact that he's not an easy fighter to teach and improve, you know, Wilder. And Wilder is hoping to become a more all-round technical fighter. At age 39, can he achieve that? I doubt it. I doubt it, my guys. You know, there is talks of him and Dave Allen possibly meeting one another. I think Dave Allen has a great chance. Before I was saying Dave Allen is tailor-made for him. Now I see what Dave Allen means when he says he smiles when he thinks about Deontay Wilder, because he's got a great chance of beating Wilder should they ever meet, my guys. Anthony Joshua and Wilder, please don't even talk about it. Anthony Joshua, despite his loss to Daniel Dubois, which he didn't look great at all, I think he's still a lot better than Deontay Wilder, and he would demolish him. Easy win for Anthony Joshua there, who still has his power. Anthony Joshua still has his power, my guys, my people. So any of the top tier fighters, you name them, even a gatekeeper like Derek Chisora smashes Wilder, I reckon. Smashes Wilder. So we shouldn't even mention even possible rematch with Joseph Parker or Zhilei Zhang, because they would demolish Wilder right now. They would totally demolish Wilder, to tell you the truth. But let's see what he can do. Although I think the call for retirement is very well, yeah, a good one for him right now. He's earned so much in the sport that he does not need to be risking himself anymore. He really doesn't need to tell you the truth. If he has not earned so far in his career a couple $100 million, I'll be super surprised. And look, my people, I am a Wilder fan, so this is hard for me to say and sad at the same time, but it's time for Deontay Wilder to hang it up, you know. Maybe you can go on and fight these other tune-up fights that he's hoping for this year, my guys, my people. But after that, climbing up to the top tier fighters, thinking of going against Zhilei Zhang in a rematch or Jose Parker in a rematch, dangerous. Anthony Joshua, dangerous. These are all dangerous fights for him, so I think it's time for him to hang it up, you know. Yeah, so that's it for me on Wilder. Let's move on to the next. I want to talk about the undercard of Jake Paul, my guys, my people, versus Charvez Jr., which is happening tonight, right? The undercard, we have Tevin Farmer versus Floyd Schofield, who ran away from Shakur. Ran away. The excuse they gave was so absurd. You know, they were supposed to fight in the undercard of the last Crescendo fight card. Up until today, they don't have a logical excuse as to why they ran. Well, that's all I'm going to say about that situation there. All right. But just to be plain, I don't think he beats Tevin Farmer. Not that he is not talented enough, because I don't want to, you know, talk bad about his talents or his skill set. But I just don't think he's ready. He's very clumsy, open to be hit. At times gets over aggressive, you know, as we saw with Giron, and Giron punished him, Rene Giron. And Giron is nowhere near the level of Farmer. Yes, he did end up beating Giron via unanimous decision, but to get floored by Giron in the 11th round, and the worst scares early on in the fight as well that Giron was going to drop him. So performing like that against Giron, who BoxRec says He has power, but you can't always go by box rec. Duran has never faced any top tier opponent or even a mid-level opponent, a strong mid-level opponent. He's never. So you can't always go by box rec. For that reason, I would say Farmer beats him. And it could be easy as well. It could be easy. He might stop Schofield. I think he stopped Schofield 9th round. Just to put my neck out there. Although the unanimous decision is more likely. But I'm going to say 9th round. He stops Schofield, my guys. My people. Devin Farmer, despite coming off 2 close losses to William Zepeda, both ended in split decision, right? And you could argue that he actually won both of those fights. You could argue. I'm not going to argue because I believe he lost, right? But it wasn't too clear. Very, very close fight. Even dropped Zepeda in the first fight. So, yeah. I just don't think he's ready for the skill level of a Farmer. Yes, Farmer has a few losses on his record. But those were against ops that are way, not way, but better than Schofield, I think. I'm sorry to say. So yeah, the win is for Farmer, I reckon. Anyway, that being said, let's move on to another fight in the undercard. We have Zurdo Ramirez, the unified champion in the cruiserweight division with the WBA and WBO straps. My guys, my people, he is going up against Doticos. Doticos, let's be plain, is not a great fighter. Decent at best. So, should be easy work for Ramirez. But what has come to a lot of people's attention, I've noticed, is how much Ramirez is actually getting to fight Doticos. Now, I've checked online, and what I'm seeing is that the purse he's getting to fight Doticos is 500k, which is not bad. But when you compare and find out that he actually got around the same to fight Bivol, Ramirez got the same to fight Bivol, my guys, my people, then yeah, he's definitely got overpaid to face Doticos. Definitely got overpaid. You know, Ramirez's highest purse today is 1.5 mil, and he got that against Chris Billiam-Smith. That was a unification bout, my guys, my people. Yes, he beat Smith to get his WBO strap and unify in the division. But the fight we really want Zurdo in is, of course, Jai Opetaia. Jai Opetaia, who is the IBF champion, he's itching to unify with Zurdo. And he has said he's going to be there on the night to confront Zurdo for a possible unification. Should Zurdo beat Doticos, of course, which I think he will. Make easy work of Doticos. He should stop Doticos. I'm going to go for 7 rounds. He stops Doticos, my guys, my people. Actually, I'm going to go for 6 rounds. 6 rounds, he stops Doticos. Right? But the fight we really need is Jai Opetaia versus Zurdo Ramirez in a unification. Ramirez does not seem too up for that fight, and neither does Oscar. Oscar, who loves putting his fighters in protective custody, my guys, my people. It's going to be hard to get this fight, even if Jai goes up there and asks for it. Unless Turkey can put up a hefty amount of money. And if Doticos, if Zurdo is receiving the same amount as he got for Bivol to fight Doticos, what is he going to ask for to fight Jai Opetaia? You know, what is he going to... And I think, by the way, that he beats Jai Opetaia. There's a lot of weakness to Jai Opetaia's game. Yes, he's relentless, he's got power, he's a combination puncher, but Zurdo is no joke, and he can take a punch too. He's no joke. Very technically skilled, sound fighter. You know, as he displayed against Chris Billiam-Smith. I know Chris Billiam-Smith is not the best, but he's still a good fighter. Chris Billiam-Smith, we can say that at least about CBS. Yeah, Anyway, I don't know what they're going to do to get this Zurdo versus a Pattaya fight, but we need it for the sport, and hopefully they can work out something and get it done, my guys, my people. But for tonight, Zurdo, I think he walks through Doticos and stops him in 6, my guys, my people. That is my final prediction on that one. As for Jake Paul versus Charvez, the main event, Jake Paul is very underrated simply because of his YouTuber background, right? He has got a strong fan base. Goes to show you what you can do in boxing when you arrive with a ready-made fan base, my guys, my people, and you not only market yourself well, but you are matched up well. So good matchmaking goes a long way. He's made his name via beating a lot of recognizable names, either in MMA or boxing, be it that they're retired or not of high tier level, some of them, you know. Yeah, so that's how he's made his name. Charvez Jr., who has lost to Anderson Silva, a retired MMA fighter, when they fought, my guys. He's lost to Anderson Silva, my guys, my people. And Jake Paul has beaten Anderson Silva. And since then, Jake Paul has improved. Even Terence Bud Crawford himself, Jake Paul has improved. And I've been saying this way before Terence Bud Crawford said, you know, the Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul was involved in, yes, that was a far reach. And we all cried out for that fight, right? Everybody spoke about how bad it was, you know, but still they paid. Tickets were sold and it was a success. But you can't measure Jake Paul with the opponents, his past opponents. Look at his ring craft. He has improved, definitely improved. And I think he's better than Charvez Jr. Charvez Jr. is not the same man in 2012, 2011, when he was champion in the middleweight division. He's not the same. He's a far cry from that. He's not good at all. Let's just be straightforward. Charvez is not good. And he's the type of fighter that likes to check out of fights, my guys, my people. So don't be surprised if Jake Paul makes him check out. Don't be surprised. I think Jake Paul beats him. Yeah, it might even knock him out. Who knows? So I'm gonna go for the decision win for Jake Paul on this one. And if he does, he's there, close to a title shot. He's close to a title shot. Not that he's done anything significant in the sport to deserve a title shot, but his name. He points at anybody, let's fight, and they're willing to fight him. Not too long ago, he was about to get Canelo Alvarez in the ring. And Gervonta Tank Davis is doing everything to get a rematch with Lemont Roach in order to get a fight with Jake Paul, my guys, my people. Daniel Dubois has offered to fight Jake Paul. Is it Better Beef? Better Beef has offered to fight Jake Paul. Would you believe, my guys, my people? So he's not short of opponents, right? And at cruiserweight, I wouldn't doubt if he fights Zurdo next. If he calls out Zurdo, right? Because Zurdo, he does not want that upper tire fight, man. And I don't know why. Like I've said, I think Zurdo beats upper tire. But let's hope they can make that fight, my guys, my people. And with that said, that's all I've got on this one, though, my guys, my people. And before you leave, do like, do share, subscribe. Of course, drop your comments below. And as always, stay super, super blessed.